Hey there, Capricorn. This is Joy with Joy of the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you, my friend. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new to this channel, click that subscribe and ring the bell. Ring the bell, baby. And they will be sure to notify you anytime I post new videos. Also, if you find you like the content we provide here at Joy of the World, give us that big thumbs up, like and share. Raise the roof on this world. Let's bust out of this box that we've been trapped in with all this trouble and stuff hemming us in, all this COVID, all this angst, this whatever. This is to bring joy your way, to bring life and energy your way, to bring forward your best, bold, bright, beautiful self. Just share it with your friends, your neighbors, your peeps, your whoever's, your whatever's, down the street, up the street, in the country, out in the field. I don't even know. But let's get it there so that this world can ring our bell and we'll step into this fantastic life that is really waiting just around the corner. Let's walk through this energy session that we've got going on here, Capricorn, because when I was doing the shuffle, you might see there are already some cards here. Some are face down, and I was like trying to put them back. I was in it because I was just cleaning up the decks from before circulating and shuffling them, because I don't like to shuffle on camera. It takes up a lot of time. It makes a lot of noise. But I was getting them prepared, and those came just simple like that, and you're like, we're ready to talk. Well, I've been cleaning up the magical mystical moments, and you were stuck in the middle, and I'm like, what? You said, Joy, there, that's it, bring it out, because this week is about things where we've been stuck, where things have been hindered, even though our mind and maybe our soul have been on page, where our body may have been stuck, where we couldn't physically move forward. And we're getting into that last bit of the turn of the 200 years of earth that we've been in, so we need to be like upgraded and stepped into this new formula, this new format. But it was like, now that we step on the slide, the chute, the flume of the Mercury retrograde coming in, it's going to just move us out straight into the next new year, which is a whole new element. Okay? A whole new element. Oh, which makes sense why you're using the new elements deck. Okay. Aren't you funny? Aren't you smart, Capricorn? Now, earlier I was watching a video on the ibex, which is like a type of goat. And they scale this dam, which is almost a flat-faced dam, and they go scaling it, even their young ones, because they won't leave the parent. They go scaling up here to try and get to the highest heights, which is where they lick the salty minerals off that help make them strong. And I found it interesting that in the narration, I think it was David Attenborough, but in the narration they kept talking about those minerals that make them strong, and I was like, so is the effort to get to the top. That's what makes you strong, Capricorn. We've been finding out that you've done a lot of that work, and now how do we maintain the strength? How do we maintain that vitality and that connection to ourselves so that we are nurtured and nourished, and we're not just putting on these backpacks? Because, baby, you a butterfly too. Gossamer threads, fool from the merry L, the fool unto life, the one that's set free to dance and to enjoy and not just have to schlep, to do the work, the up and down, the traversing over and over again, or to be strong. You're so strong. Oh, I look up to you. Strong, strong, strong. You're like, shut that down, stop the noise. And I'm like, that's right. That is right, Capricorn. So we're going to start here to see what that stuckness is, or what was coming from underneath, but in your case, in the middle. Okay? It's almost like the person being put in the magic box where you're sawed in half. You're separated from yourself. So let's get you back together here, Capricorn, and see what it is. So in the deck, the Oracle deck of the magical mystical moments, we have number 2, Liberty, coming in, and 12, all is connected. Okay, so it's furthering into the cycle. It's the second time around. Ooh, you trying to bequeath some wisdom to yourself, your younger self, looking back to recover that part of yourself. Dreams lost. And so number 2, Liberty's here to say dreams are never lost. They're never lost. Your mind doesn't forget. They're back there. They're ready. They're waiting for you. Just like, y'all stop it. Everybody's getting all saucy and sexual and stuff. And it's like, just like that life beaming from up under your skirt, male or female, whoever is here. That thing going on up under your skirt, your pants, your britches, on the inside, the downside, the low side, all that, your tree of life. That is not all is lost, all is forgotten. It is not, is right here regenerating. It's like a deciduous tree. They look like they're left for dead. They look like the seasons have had their way with them, but then they revitalize and they grow again. Pardon me, Yahweh. There we go. And they spring back to life again. That's right. You never quit. You never quit. And that's what she is proud of. She's like a divine mother stepping forward to you. And that has to do with like the heart chambers and the ease, the grace of knowingness and what it does to bring in The contents of your mind is what you're talking about. A whole mind, a whole moon, the fullness of your dreams. Heaven has been watching and waiting for you. I don't care that these are women in the cards. Okay, men, everybody. Heaven has been waiting for you. And I'm telling you, there is a particular man who tunes into this channel. Like so many of these reads that began to turn and to step into Capricorn, being able to value themselves and to know that the work and the effort is for themselves. And you can begin to say no to certain things, that you're not just here to be the coffee person or the whoever, or to just go run and do what others deem impossible. You're like, it's time for me to invest in myself. It is a man that's sitting on the other side of this lens, and I see you. I know you. You show up here so often. And I appreciate you for bringing in that powerful impact, that powerful perspective and insight to all of us here. We are definitely grateful, appreciative recipients of this truth that you helped stir up in here. It's a real person, y'all. Ain't no spirit of God. It's one of you on the other side of this lens. And if you haven't subscribed yet, mister, click that subscribe and ring the bell. Also, leave me comments down below. I want to know what's going on in your life because I see you here all the time. Okay, so anyways, enough said there. So there are a little bit of strings and some bindings going on here, trying to want to set up house, set up home, set up a tent, set up a shop out in the middle of this field. Ooh, in the field. I'm like, why? Why? You already have a home. You already have a home. Now, for some of you, it's just flat out just go camping. Go camping, baby. Go camping. But also take time to rest and refresh right where you're at, to find the musings and the makings of what's going on right around you. Bake some bread, bake some pumpkin pie, bake you some muffins, and put it in your mouth. Taste and see how delicious you are, Capricorn. You are being funny today, y'all. I'm loving it. Liberty's like, that's right, because I'm here. I'm here speaking the truth to you. And Black Moon Lilith is more than just sex, y'all. And the kinky stuff you do in that bedroom, it's like the musings of your mind and the moving and the making of your mind, because being Capricorn, especially Capricorn Sun or rising here, it is how you are formulated. It's very much that you see a full expanse, and it's almost like, it's like if you look at a page, you could almost see all the zeros and ones at once and understand the full meaning of what is being conveyed to you. All right, so with that, we're going to step in. But click those heels together. There is no place like home, and bring the color back with you, my friend. Bring the color into your world, into your life, because there is no place out there beyond you where the grass is greener. You are green. You are fine. You are fine like wine, and you are delicious, and you are wonderful. I don't care that Capricorn's color is often brown. It is also gold, okay? And the gold is the sun that shines, that greens up our earth. So let your soul shine. Let your heart shine. Let this thing that had you stuck, this misunderstanding, this lack of information, bring it forward. Let your freaky self come on out, some of your creativity. And that means people are going to be able to see and taste and experience what you've been musing on the inside, because you don't always verbalize it. It's more of a knowing, like a connection and a kinetic energy of your fibers of yourself going on in there. But that's like the tweaking of a recipe to make it innately and uniquely yours. Then you can share it and serve it to others, and they're getting to travel the expanse of time, life, your energy, your plasma, that sort of thing, without necessarily having to have the same capabilities that you do to have become who you are, to have ripened your wheel of fortune. You touching money now. Capricorn is like love and money. Touch it, joy. Touch it. So we just touched it. All right, so you pick this first. We're going to go into what's been going on behind. And what's been going on behind is that has definitely been an adjustment, a lemniscate, because a lemniscate to me is a fool that's just having to work. Sometimes you're having to work overtime where I'm like, ooh, let's go, receive me. No, it's a little bit of woo, 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 woo going on, you know, like wow, 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 a little sound reverb going on there as you're trying to get the balance. And look at all that. Still a little bit precarious. That old way of having it do and go is all these spirits, all these murmurings, all these people like, it's too hard for me, Capricorn, do it. Mikey likes it, Mike could eat it, Capricorn, do it, Capricorn, do it. And there you are walking the tightrope in flip-flops. So Capricorn. So Capricorn, I don't even need that, y'all. Something is up with your legs. You need to move. Capricorn is the knees, and you're the skeleton. You need to move, to get out, to move about. There's been some restraint and some restriction on your body. Now that you're not running and going and doing all the time for others, it's time to make sure you do some of that for yourself, and you want to know underneath why you just did that. I don't know. You like both of these, Joy. Both of these in the adjustments. So when we talk about that lemniscate, the moving of the energies, the dynamic power This is who you're talking about. The one who knows how to command with the strength of your mind and to feel the energies and the wavelengths. You're talking about what's coming in of this earth conversion from earth into air energy. You're like, there is an earthiness in air. There's the dust, there's the particles, there's the components and the building blocks and the synchronicities of all of life coming in here. Some of you live up north in our country. I see that. I see that landscape going on. You just need to know I see you. I see you. I see you. But this is you having the throne of those heights of pleasure and fantasy and creativity and permission within yourself to be and taste and see and express your full self right in your own home, right where you're at, inside your own door, outside your own door, going your own way. And you're like, joy, you're getting us turned on, getting our intellect all stirred up, making our imagination percolate. And I'm like, yes, baby, earth sign, hello, deepest depths. Take that gold dynamic, take that diamond earth, take that raw power from the center of the earth and mine that ore upwards. It is yours. You're not ripping up the earth. You're not robbing the earth. You're not stealing its crystals and its minerals. Begin to work this energy for yourself so that you can bring it out into your world where you can touch. You're doing this where you can touch yourself, where you can experience yourself and you can take on the manipulation. That doesn't, y'all, that word is stigmatized for a reason. Because just like something is cliche, people often don't use it, but it's so applicable. Well, to manipulate means to move about, to mull around, to feel in your hands, to begin to understand. I mean, that's what babies do. Hello, and they're innocent. So let's think about that because that brings forward your pearl, your wisdom, the containment of oneself in a drop, like in a drop contains all the oceans. I love that quote. And you down on your knees, baby, bringing it forward. You're like, oh, if I saw what I was made of, Joy, I would be brought to my knees. If I saw the concentrated formula of who I am and my desires and my awesome power and the beauty of who I am, I would be brought to my knees. I would lose my breath. I don't know what to do, Joy. I don't know what to do if I actually saw myself. It's interesting that you're going on with that here. So let me bring these down for y'all. That's what this card is about next is yourself, the self. But see, Bina is knowledge, left eye. Okay, our left eye is our potential. And the thing is, to get to our potential, we go through our actual to come on back, and it's a cycle and a circling and a circuit and a connection therein. But you can't continue to move on and to move forward without accepting this, without seeing it. Because when you see your beauty, you receive beauty. Life wants you to receive. Life wants to give freely to you. Do you know what it's like to be trapped in a relationship where, you know, one person limits you as to how you express love to them? They're very limited and guarded and cut off, but it will almost kill you because you can't flow freely. Well, that's what life is saying. Hello, let me flow. Let me flow love into you, Capricorn. Because life itself created the highest heights and the deepest depths. It is every particle, every figment, every firmament that you touch and come in contact with. It's like, let us into your fingerprints, into your energy fields. Let us inundate you with the force field of life that we are generating, with the appreciation we have for you, Capricorn. I'm like, yes, I'm going to have to sit on the other side and listen to this because right now I'm like, what? I don't even know because they're like, Joy, we're talking about you too. I was like, huh? Because sometimes I can get dumbfounded and short-sighted when I'm in these because I'm just communicating the information. Well, with that, you bring in the chariot. This is you. And you're like, yeah, I have been that chariot. I've been that time machine. I've been that transportation vehicle, that submarine, that tank, that whatever that takes the destruction, the damage, the hit, the fall, the brunt, that breaks up the fallow ground. Okay, that is hard to see, isn't it? Just because you were made for this doesn't make that okay. The strength that you've had to have went beyond yourself because so many other people's expectations and kind of some chiding as well. It's like, well, you can do it. How come you need to do it instead of making me do it? And there's been that, like, you didn't carry the guilt here, but it's like around the back of your neck, which is kind of Wolverine. It locks you into this stress syndrome. That's why life's wanting to come in and love you. It's wanting to 3 of Wands you. It's wanting to come on in. Interesting. Come on in. All right, so these were now, they're like shoving their way off to talk. So let's look. I was like, are we leaving Marielle out of this? And you're like, no, we are not. That's 10 of this week. 10 of swords. 10 of swords. This sword's coming in. And this is like a holy harvest. I even hear the yell, the "Hawk," coming on in. It's like riding in through the dark light of the moon. And that's liberty going, that's right. That's right. We all go in the same direction. We're coming to save you, friend. We're coming to deliver you from this yearning, this pining, this penning, this longing going on. And we're coming in to bring in your dreams. All the things that you thought you had forgotten, that you thought were behind you, that were missed opportunities at times past, that maybe you lost your youth or your beauty or divine connections and that type of thing. Hello. This one is riding in, and look at that horse. That horse said, ain't nothing scared me. Can't anything hold me back. Can't nothing, ain't nobody gonna hold me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. And that's what's happening here. And look at the moons. Do you see it? Look at that moon, baby. Do you see what's going on there? Get ready, get ready, get ready. That's what you're saying. All right, so we're gonna step that up there. No, you're coming here. And then on the other side of 12, all is connected, we have death coming in. And this death card and this death is fantastic and phenomenal. This is your destiny. This is bringing out the things that just used to mull at your mind, prick you, irritate you, just, it doesn't seem like much, but I remember one day having a sitting class in elementary school, and that person just kept tapping on my back the whole time. And that power and that pressure that just kept rising up was very much like this, y'all. That holy manifestation is like, do you want the why to come out of me? I don't think so. So that thing that's been bugging you for so long and wearing you thin and sucking you dry is really here. You're going to rise up in this new season right now, because September is very much the time of the spider lilies. Okay, and lilies have to do with peace. There's also a Peruvian lily going on in here, and you're opening up the fabric of the sky. This is like the fullness, even though that's her face, that's your heart. Your heart was sucked dry, worn weary, sent through layers and layers and lessons of life and time well beyond your life, your years, and your reason for being here. So you're being shed and cleaned and cleared of all that. What used to disturb you is now going to clean you up. It's going to be like, if you've seen Nemo, like the shrimp, when they're in the tank and they're supposed to let it get dirty, and he's like working all the time, keeping it clean, right? So that's coming, that thing that used to pester you is going to just come get all the bric-a-brac, all the bits and pieces off of you, so that you're fresh and you're greened up and your heart is brought back into its full vitality, and you're able to rest and relax in the abundance of life's love and fervor for you. It's specific adoration of you. You are the apple of life's eye. I love it. All your prayers have been heard. The work is going on, the restoration of your temple, of your holy place of your worship, of your breath being free to move, opening up and restoring of the collarbones and reinvigorating the thymus, which is something which radically can turn back on later in life. It usually shuts off at the big growth spurt in puberty, but it can cut back on, is known to, and that's where human growth hormone and other things come forward to flesh out your bones, Capricorn. Flesh out your bones. And with that, we're going to take a look at this last card going on in here. And this is where you're going. So you're going, psht. It's like a rocket ship, or if you're in America, the space shuttle ready to take off. It's like, remember I told you all that's being picked off? It's like the brick and the mortar that hemmed you in, that kind of like that Medusa thing, right? When you looked into her eyes, you turned into stone, which meant you couldn't go anywhere, you couldn't change anything, you couldn't do anything. It's like when you dream at night. How much power do you have? You're trapped in however it all plays out, the psyche, the mind, the whatever else. Well, now this is what has come along. That thing that used to pester you and annoy you is now freeing you and setting you free and clearing all that off and freeing you up to be, see this, to let you be that rocket ship that you are, to take off. You don't have to be relegated to one idea from here on out. You can be your unique, diverse self, thus leading back into this creativity, this black moon Lilith, this sparking and arcing up of pleasures of all flavors, types, and kinds. You are the containment of it. You are the goldenness here on earth. Ooh, I love it. So your four angles are coming into synergy, into the eye of God, and you have tuned your streams, MC, IC, ascendant, and descendant. Tune into those readings and find out what they are, and you too will be tuned into your eye of God, your streams, and your music's going to begin to play. with a whole little chorus of birdies going on, singing in and reiterating, adding their sweet self to it as well. Well, Capricorn, this is fantastic. I look to join you on the other side to find out what this message was all about. If you know what it is about for you, leave those comments down below. I love to interact with you. Hey, check back with me real soon. Remember to tune in to the Mondays and Fridays, which are just extra reads. They're not relegated to Monday or Friday. They're an any day read. All right? Love you. Bye.